Good morning and welcome to another episode of In the Kitchen with Pampered by John. As you can see, John is not here, but his wife is going to be doing this episode with you. I am his pampered chef. He might be the consultant and selling you the products, but I am the one that uses them. So today we are making cinnamon caramel cheesecake bars. We are going to use our bar stone pan. These pans are amazing for making cookies, pizzas, baking salmon, pretty much anything you need to put in the bake. This bar pan will work for you. It makes sure that your cookies have crispy bottoms, and it browns these bars that we're making today up really nicely. So the first thing we're going to do is roll out our crescent dough sheets. You can find these at Walmart in the refrigerated section. As you can tell, I don't really like opening these. I saw somewhere on Facebook where these are the adult equivalent of a Jack-in-the-Box. And it kind of stuck because that's what I felt like when I'm pulling these out. So we're going to unroll this onto our bar pan. Now you do not have, if your bar pan is brand new out of the box, you're going to want to put a little bit of oil on your pan, cooking oil or vegetable oil, to cook with it the first few times. After you start getting a little bit of browning on your pan, that is the seasoning. You do not have to add oil anymore. It's naturally non-stick. It's also non-porous, so it will not absorb any smells or taste or hold anything left over. The way you clean this is just some boiling water, this little scraper that comes with it, and it's all done. If you want to do a really deep clean on it, you can use some baking soda and water. Let it sit for 10 minutes, scrape that off, and wash it with warm water, and you'll have a completely clean pan. So we're going to take our baker's roller here and roll this out so that it covers the whole bottom of the bar pan. And we want to try to make sure that it's even and doesn't have any clumped areas. My little dog wants to be in on the video as well. Once you have it completely coated on the bottom, then you're going to move on to the next step, which is the cream cheese. Now, we are going to use our batter mixing bowl here because it is microwave safe, because you need to microwave your cream cheese for just a few minutes to get it nice and warm. Softened cream cheese is a whole lot easier to mix up than straight out of the refrigerator. You could also leave it at room temperature. Let it set out till it's room temperature, but I like to just microwave mine. And the directions for this recipe actually say to microwave it. So it works for me. Okay, once your cream cheese is warm, you bring it over to your mixer and mix it a little to make it smooth. Then we're going to add our other ingredients to it, which is 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and we are going to use our adjustable measuring spoons for this. On the measuring spoon, you have multiple different sizes that you can measure all in one spoon. This makes it very easy when baking and cooking, so you don't have to dirty up a whole bunch of different spoons. And then we are going to measure out half a cup of sugar. And we are going to use our Measure All that measures both dry ingredients as well as, if you flip it over, it measures wet ingredients. So again, Pampered Chef trying to come out with ways to make things easier for you and make you have less dishes at the end of your baking and cooking. So I just want to get half a cup of sugar. And add that to my bowl. Now I'm going to go back to my mixer and mix this up. Alright, so now that we have our filling all mixed up, we are going to use our Pampered Chef scraper to scrape out all of the filling onto the dough that we have on our bar pan. We want to make sure that we spread it nice and evenly. One of the nice things about these scrapers is that it takes everything out of your container, so you don't have to leave behind any of your recipe. Sad for anybody who likes to lick the bowl, but great for making sure that you don't leave any important ingredients behind. Then we just spread out our cream cheese nice and evenly. Right, and then we are going to top with our other crescent sheet. Maybe. There we go. Now this time you can't use the rolling pin to roll it out. You could get a piece of wax paper and lay it on your counter and roll out your dough there if you wanted to, or you can just kind of lay it on top and stretch it where it covers the whole bar pan. Once you have all of it covered, so once you have this all covered, it says to stick it in the oven to bake it for 22 to 24 minutes. However, the last time I made this recipe, the sugar and cinnamon topping was just kind of laying on top, and when I cut it, it just kind of went everywhere. So I found that if I add it before baking, it kind of bakes into the croissant. So we're going to go ahead and mix that up and add it. We are going to use our measure all again for our sugar. And we need 1/4 of a cup of sugar. This, because it does liquids and dry ingredients, is pretty snug. So if you lay it on a flat surface and press down on it, you can get it all the way back to completely closed, and then you can just push it up to wherever you need. You can lift it to verify that you are exactly at the spot that you need. I need 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to add that to our bowl. And then we need a tablespoon of sugar. So I have to get my tablespoon. That's what I was trying to point it. So again, the tablespoon also comes with multiple measurements on it for any size that you need to measure. We need 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. These measuring cups were also actually designed to fit down in most of your spices. The cinnamon happens to have a little bit of a narrow opening, so tablespoon doesn't quite fit. We're going to stir this up really well using our measuring spoon, because why not? We have it out already. And then we're going to sprinkle this mixture over our crust. When this gets through baking, you add a caramel topping to it immediately as soon as it comes out, so that the warmth from the baking process can make the caramel easier to spread. You spread it over the whole top, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then you cut it and serve it. And everywhere I have served this so far, this has been a huge success. So I hope you will try this recipe, and I hope that you have enjoyed this episode of In the Kitchen with Pampered by John. Thank you.